Hello, I'm Ken with Orion Telescopes and Binoculars, and this is the Starseeker 4 150 millimeter Mac Cass telescope. It's a 6-inch Mac on top of a GoTo mount. That's the Starseeker mount. And before I get into the individual features of it, let me just tell you the most important thing about this thing is the GoTo computer system itself. If you can see down in front here, this is the hand controller. It's got 40-some thousand objects in the database. So you just punch in what you want to see, and the scope will go right to it. It'll find it. It'll center it, and then it'll continue to track it as it moves through the sky. And one of my favorite features about this that sets it apart from a lot of the competition is that with a normal GoTo, if you were to unlock the axis and move it by hand, the computer, the hand controller won't know you're doing that, so it's just lost its position, and you've got to realign the system. Well, this has encoders built in, so you can adjust it manually like this, and the computer still knows where you're pointing. One major advantage of that is, let's say you want to now go to something way over here. Well, you can save battery power and just move the scope all the way around by hand and just have the computer do the last little bit of the alignment. That also helps if you've got a long way to go and you just want to quickly do it and save some time. The GoTo moves pretty quick, but you can easily just move it over, lock it back down, and then GoTo and you're done. So let's look at some of the individual features of the scope and get a little bit more in depth. First of all, the telescope itself. It's, like I said, a 6-inch, that's 150 millimeters Mac Cass. You can see the lens up front, the corrector lens, with a nice small secondary mirror. That's what also sets this apart from, say, a Schmidt Cassegrain. The secondary mirror is much smaller area-wise or diameter-wise, so that gives you very high contrast. This is an 1800 millimeter focal length, that's f12. Excellent for planetary detail. I mean, the contrast on the planets is top-notch. So very good detail on the cloud belts on Jupiter, rings of Saturn. Macs usually are very high-power scopes, and it's difficult to get the low power and the wide field for Nebula, but this one actually is kind of an exception. It's got a nice big 2-inch focuser down in front. So you take off the 1.25-inch adapter, and you've got a 2-inch opening here. So you can put a 2-inch diagonal in and a 30-something millimeter low-power eyepiece. And now you can start sweeping up those big deep sky objects. Because after all, you've got 6 inches of aperture, so you might as well use it for those faint things. So works very well on the Nebula, the Messier objects as well. It comes with 2 eyepieces and a star diagonal. You get a 20, what is this? So this is a 23 millimeter and also a high-power planetary 10 millimeter, and they're both wide field designs. They're 62-degree field of view eyepieces. Finder scope on the side, and then the mount, like I said, comes with it, the GoTo mount. And let's take a closer look at some of the things on the mount as well. So the computerized mount is powered by 12 volt, and you can do it internally. If I open this up here, there's a battery pack, so you just plug in 8 AA batteries, 12 volts. Or if you're in the backyard and you're close to an AC outlet, maybe with an extension cord, you can get an optional AC adapter, and that will plug in right here, allowing you to save battery power. Because in the long run, I mean, replacing AA batteries will probably get more expensive than just plugging it into the wall. But of course, if you're out in away from civilization somewhere when you're camping, you can't use AC power, so the internal batteries or any 12-volt power source. We have something like our Dynamo 17 amp hour battery. You can even set this up next to your car and string a cigarette lighter plug through the window and power it from your car. On the side is the power and the hand controller port, and the tripod itself, adjustable height, and you can also store your accessories in the tray down on the bottom. All right, well, that pretty much sums it up. This is, again, the Orion Starseeker 4. That refers to the mount, the fourth iteration of our mount. 150 millimeter Mac Cass telescope. Thank you very much. Clear skies.